everybody, it's Ekdahl again from Personal Best Personal Training, and I'm a TPI certified golf fitness instructor, and I've been offering you content now for the whole year, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Today I want to talk about balance, and while I know our season is coming to a close here in Massachusetts, I don't think it's ever too late to start working on balance. Now, we know that balance is a key component of the golf swing. And so practicing balance makes a lot of sense for a golfer and basically anybody, especially as we get older, right? We tend to have diminishing balance. But it's important to understand what balance really is and how to train it. I see a lot of people standing on BOSU balls, kneeling on physio balls, getting on discs that have some play in them. And that's okay, but that's not really what balance is about. And I just encourage you that if you're going to practice balance, that you never put yourself into a position where you could hurt yourself. So nobody should ever be kneeling on a physio ball. You certainly should never be standing on a physio ball. I mean, I think that's pretty clear. And if you're going to stand on a BOSU ball, which is a half a ball, I have one in the corner here, make sure it's safe and make sure that what you're doing has meaning. So today we're going to go through a few basic balancing exercises that I think will help you, and then you can take it from its basic form and bring it up to a higher level where maybe you're throwing medicine balls on one foot or you are working on more unstable surfaces. And just to set the bar the same for all of us, balancing on an unstable surface like a physio ball or a disc or a BOSU ball doesn't improve strength as much as you think it would. You know, the earth is not unstable. You're not playing golf on a moving lava field or a surfboard. You might have uneven surfaces, but the earth is not unstable. So don't waste too much time on unstable surfaces trying to do different things. It just won't translate in the way that you think it will. So the first thing I just want to show you is an all fours position. It's called bird dog, and that's the start of balance. So if someone has balance troubles, we would start on the floor in this quadruped position, meaning all fours. And the first thing I think about is I pull my stomach in. So I don't want my hips going all over the place. I engage my abs. I even can curl my toes under for additional stability. And then my goal is to lift the arm and the leg without the body hurling in different positions. So you can see here I'm pretty mindful. I'm pushing my hand into the floor. I'm not lifting my leg too high, and I'm focusing on my abs. So you want to have the hips very, very still. Now, if you do a bird dog and you're like this, that's not as stable as we want, right? Or if you do this, that's not going to work on your stability. So just make sure you stay very, very still when you do the bird dog and you're working on the core muscles and your hip muscles. So that's an entry-level balance drill. Okay, second thing I'm going to have you do is I'm going to get you into a half kneeling position. Now, in this position, my back foot is curled under, and the wider my stance, the less likely I am to lose my balance. The narrower my stance, the more likely I am to be really working on core and hip control. And so sometimes I take a dumbbell and I just do a cross body chop. And I'm really having, you would hold the dumbbell like this, or you could even hold a med ball. I'm really thinking about my abs in, this back glute, nice and strong, and I'm chopping across my body. Balance is when you can hold your center of gravity while your arms and legs move around you. So this is one way we can work on balance. And again, I would use a 5-pound weight or maybe a light medicine ball, and you're just chopping. and I'm trying not to move my body as I chop. So that's also a nice drill from the floor. And if my legs are in one straight line from each other, it's a little bit harder than if I go wider. Okay, so those are pretty simple. Next, I'm going to stand up and we're going to talk about standing balance. So I mentioned to you that balance is not just standing on one leg. It has to do with the entire side of the body and even the opposite side of the body controlling your center of gravity. So you can always just practice standing on one foot. Okay, and you're going to feel a lot of ankle movement, a lot of calf movement. But what I also like you to focus on is squeezing the glute and pulling in the abdominals on the side that you're standing. Okay, in yoga, we might do a tree pose, right? It's all about balance, but it's coming from here, guys. It's not just coming from the foot. When you balance on one leg, you will learn what side has better balance. So if my right leg is better, I might be more stable on my backswing if I'm a righty. If my left side balance is bad, I'm going to have problems finishing. I'm going to have problems posting up over that left leg. So keep in mind for golf, whatever leg has less balance is going to impact a part of your golf swing. But clearly we want to work on both legs, right? So now let's do a little reaching drill. And this is very applicable for golf. So we've got bird dog on all fours. We've got half kneeling where you're on 2 or 3 points of stability and you're chopping. I just demonstrated a single leg stance. You can even do it on a pillow if you'd like, or an Airex pad. And also I really like you to have your shoes off when you do it, because a lot of times we wear sneakers that have a 1/2-inch heel. You don't get feel with a big heel, okay? So barefoot might be the way to go for you. So try balancing on one leg. When you've mastered that, when you can do it for 30 seconds pretty easily, you can move on to this next drill I'm going to show you. So I'm going to show you a couple different views. From your side view, I lift one leg like this. This is just for my brain to prepare it. I make sure my opposite foot is full to the floor, and then I'm going to reach slowly in front of me, and I'm going to come back up. And my right foot is full to the floor. I'm going to reach and come back up. So this is reaching and coming back up. From the front, it looks like this. And you can see I got a lot of wiggling. I'm really focusing on keeping my full foot on the floor. Now when you balance, what do you do with your vision? Well, we want to keep our eyes focused on something, but I don't want you lifting your chin up as you're reaching, okay? That's going to look like this. So really, when I'm reaching, my head is merely an extension of the spine. So here's my opposite leg. I'm going to lift my right foot. I'm going to make sure my big toe is on the ground so I'm not rolling out. And then I'm focusing on the left side of my core and my glutes. So this is a really nice balance exercise. Very hard to do looking at the camera. And it's similar to a single leg deadlift. So that's another variation that you can try, where you hold the dumbbell. You'll have one arm out to the side. You'll hold the dumbbell, and you can work here for a little weighted glute and hip strengthening. Okay? But make sure that you can do your single leg reach before you begin to add weight to that kind of movement. Okay, so lastly, if you want to do some exercises standing on one leg, as long as you have the balance to do so, you can certainly do it. So you could do your tubing rows standing on one leg, 10 on one side, 10 on the other. Okay, so those are just some really entry-level baseline ideas. And balance is about core control. So in addition to practicing the bird dog, the half kneeling position, the single leg stance, or a single leg reach, you want to be working your core. You want to be working your lateral core versus side planks or Pallof pressing. And all of that is going to help your balance. So that's just a little introductory video about balance so you can get an idea of where to go with it. But I suggest you don't put yourself on some really unstable surfaces. I'm not sure that that benefits us as much as we think, because the earth isn't unstable, it's uneven. And oftentimes I will work on an uneven surface where I might be lunging with this leg elevated. Okay, so that's uneven, but it's not unstable. So I hope that helps. I gave you some really basic entry-level ideas. And as always, if you have any questions, you can email me, and that's Kathy@personalbestpersonaltraining.com. It's nice to see all you golfers out there, and I always look forward to hearing from all of you. So take care, try some balance. It's fun to practice, and it's easy to do. Have a good week, everybody, and I'll talk to you next month.